Greetings and welcome once again to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel. So I've generated a very short video on purpose about the precedence order of arithmetic operations. And this is a stupid title by AI, the true order of arithmetic. It's not the true order of arithmetic, it's the proper order of the, or derivation order of the arithmetic operators. Let's just watch how AI treats this, and let's see if it's any good at all, and then I'll get into the details.
All right, let's challenge something you probably learned in first grade math. What's the most basic operation in math? You're thinking addition, right? Well, what if that's all wrong? Because according to this way of thinking, addition isn't the starting line at all. Nope. The true foundation, the most basic operation, is actually subtraction. Think about it geometrically. A difference is just the length you need to make two lines equal. You see, the difference isn't some abstract number. It's a real physical length you can measure. And from this one single concept, we can apparently build everything else. This gives us a strict order: subtraction, addition, division, then multiplication. Let's break that down. Okay, so first up, how in the world do you get addition from subtraction? Well, here's the trick. You define addition as simply subtracting a negative. And just like that, you put two.
Well, you don't really define any of the operators. You derive them. And addition is really what happens when you remove the lack of something that you don't have, or you remove the need. So let's say, for example, that you have 2 apples and you need 5. So if you remove the need for another 3, then you'll have 5 apples. That's how you get addition, okay?
Lines together to create a sum using only subtraction. All right, next up is division. And guess what? It's just repeated subtraction. It's like asking how many times.
So again, it's not just repeated subtraction. It's a measure. It's a measure of one quantity by another. So I'm not going to go through this entire AI presentation because, to be honest, it's drivel that is based on mainstream pre-trained data, and it's really just garbage. So I'm going to shut that down, and I'm going to get straight into the misconception. So this guy here is explaining what is a logarithm. It's just a short video. And in his comment, this is what he says.
Σε ένα λεπτό από τώρα θα ξέρεις τι είναι ο λογάριθμος. Πάμε. Η πρώτη...
In a minute from now, you'll know what is a logarithm. Let's begin.
Η πράξη που λογικά ανακάλυψε η ανθρωπότητα είναι η πρόσθεση.
The first arithmetic operation that humans discovered was addition. Well, that's totally wrong, okay? So, as you can see, I mean, modern Greeks, don't really even understand these operations, don't understand the precedence order. And then you get articles like this, which is in a Greek newspaper. Students know math but struggle to apply it. Well, no, you don't know math if you struggle to apply it. So, research, in quotes, notes that literacy issues, as many are unable to apply theory to real life situations. Well, how can students apply procedures which they learn rote fashion to solving problems? Because they don't understand those procedures. Okay, so the basic operations of arithmetic are crucially important, and they come from geoarithmetic. That's something I revealed to the human race. It's the arithmetic operations using only ratios of magnitudes, no numbers whatsoever. So what is happening here is that these people are constantly struggling to find a way to teach students mathematics. And here's another paragraph. The level of mathematical literacy of the majority of students in our country is low. Well, of course it's low. So she says that mathematical literacy is not identified with simple knowledge of formulas, rules, and procedures. Well, of course not. And it says it refers to the functional use of mathematics. No, it refers to understanding the uh, the functional rules. Okay, to understand the knowledge of formulas, rules, and procedures. Because once you understand that, you're able to apply it. So naturally, you have stupid teachers who don't understand these things, and they're teaching the methods rote. And of course, the students are getting it because, I mean, naturally, there aren't stupid students, only stupid teachers who don't understand what they're doing. Okay, so to help you, I produced an article on Academia.edu without belaboring the point. It's very important, and you should study it because all of your mathematic problem solving ability rests on understanding what's in this article. Okay. And I reveal to you that the derivation precedence is as follows: difference is first, sum comes from difference, quotient comes from either of these two or a combination, and multiplication, yes, you'll be surprised, comes from division. Okay, so how does that work? You'll find out in the article. And just to give you a little example, if for example you try to, if you say 3 minus 2, okay, that's pretty simple. The answer is 1 because you're taking the difference. But now you cannot define this operation using the plus symbol. And you'll say, oh, yeah, I can. And you'll write something stupid like this. Okay. Now, why can't you do that? Let me explain. Because because if you try to do that, that means you've already used subtraction. So it's circular, like all the bullshit that you find in your mainstream calculus and a lot of your flawed mathematics formulation. Okay, so you cannot use something in its own definition. Now, if you're going to derive subtraction from addition, you cannot use the subtraction operator. Okay, now once you've defined subtraction and addition, it's very easy to define division. What is division? Well, division is really just the measure. So if we say 3 divided by 2, that literally means we want to measure 3 using 2 as the unit. And if we do that, we need 2 ones plus 1 equal part of 2. Okay? We can write it like that. Or if you say, oh, wait, but we didn't use subtraction there. Well, we can. We can say 3 minus 2 minus 1, and we've measured 3. Okay? Because that's obviously 0. All right? So that comes before that. Now, that is really what division is. Now, multiplication means a reciprocal measure. So, for example, if you were going to say 3 times 2, what that means is 3 divided by 1 over 2, or 2 divided by 1 over 3. Okay, because it means you're measuring 3 using the reciprocal of 2 as a unit. So in this case, it would be half plus half plus half plus another 3 times. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, okay? Did I do that right? Yes. And similarly here, you'd be measuring 2 with a third. It would be a third plus a third plus a third, and another 3 of these, just as we have another 3 of these, and the answer is the same. And of course, this is what division is. Both of these, by the way, are required. I'll use a set theoretic symbol there, meaning and. although set theory is not mathematics. You need both of these. And this is another reason why you can't multiply by zero, because if you do, one of these is going to have zero in the denominator. Okay, so it doesn't work. So you cannot multiply by zero and you cannot divide by zero. In fact, you can't do anything with zero because zero is not a number. Now, so these are the four operations: difference, sum, quotient, and multiplication, in that order, by the way. Okay, you don't get division from multiplication. Now, you might turn around and say something like this. You might say, okay, well, look, we can define division, and so you'd say we can define division as this division as 3 times 1 over 2. No, you can't, for the very same reason I showed you earlier. Remember? Here, you'd be assuming division has taken place. Okay? So you cannot use it in its own definition. So you'd have to only use this symbol to define division. You can't. Does that make sense? Okay, so I've tried to explain that as clear as I can. I'm not really good at this sort of thing anymore. But this article here will explain to you everything you need to know. You should download it. And there's something here that you could teach your toddler, how you can learn about fractions and many other interesting things that you will learn inside here. If you're not a real subscriber to my channel, click like, follow me on Academia.edu, and join my members only channel for $4.99 a month. I'm John Gabriel. Till next time, goodbye.